Thor. This is a sports cut. He's a 5/8 length on his body. His head to tail is the same length. His legs are also the same length. His ears are layered. You clean the inside of the leathers. You scissor in between his eyes so you don't get little boo-boos. This is their short sport cut. This is Devin. He is a more curly coat. He has a 3/4 inch cut. It's still the same length all the way down his legs. He's at a more manageable length. His ears still are layered. We still trim with scissors in between his eyes. And everything is all the same. Even though he's curly, you can still see his curls, but it's not too much where it's going to get tangled constantly. This is Jubilee. She is in full coat, but notice how everything is still the same length. Her tail, her legs, her body, her ears are all the same length. Her ears are the same length as her beard, but you also still make sure the inside of their ears are trimmed. Make sure they stay shaved. Her eyes are also trimmed enough so she can see with the scissors. She's a wavy fleece coat.
Okay. Hi, I'm here today with Debonair, and we're going to show you the grooming work that needs to be done in between your grooming sessions. So we recommend that you pick one day a week and make it your grooming day. So you're going to be brushing out his coat, brushing their teeth, and cleaning their ears. Also, we'll teach you how to trim in between their eyes so they can see. So with brushing, you're always going to work against the hair and work your way up his body. We start at the legs and work your way up. So you're going to brush against the coat. So start at his toes and do quick strokes going up his leg like so. Just like that. This brush that I'm using is a pin brush. We like the ones that don't have the little balls on the end. They make them frizzy. Also, you can use these wire brushes. These are really great, especially if they are a little bit tangled. It kind of catches that tangle and help pulls it out. It's the same concept. You start at the toe and work your way up. One area that you will need to focus on is underneath their armpit here. From rubbing, this will get tangled. And so you'll just want to go slowly and work real slow, and you can brush back and forth to work that tangle out. Your groomer can also trim under there and have it be shorter, which will help. And then on their head, you're going to brush with the coat on their head. So you can brush down just like so. Make sure you brush his ears. And we're real gentle on their heads, just like so. Make sure that you're getting underneath the ear as well, getting the tangles out underneath. And then it's also important to make sure that you take their collars off and brush underneath the collars. The collars, you can go back and forth. We're just lifting those tangles up so you can brush them out, just like so. Same with this brush, you can go against. And then on their face, we prefer to use a comb around their eyes and on their mustache. And so the comb, you'll just hold his head still and kind of pull those tangles out, just like so. And same thing on his beard. You can work the tangles out. And we're gentle. You want to be firm so you get the tangles out, but we don't need to want to be yanking on their faces. So real gentle. Same thing with in between his eyes. You can brush those all out too. We like the comb because we don't want to accidentally poke him. With trimming his eyes, you'll want a pair of sharp scissors. We like these ones with the curved blade, you see. You can get these at Petco, PetSmart, even Sally's, like a human hair supply store will have them. But the area that we're wanting to trim is right here. You can kind of see how there's this fan here. And so we'll take our comb and kind of pull that hair up and out, just like so. And then you can take your scissors, hold them against here. We don't go right in with the point. We don't want to poke them in the eye, so you can hold it against and just do a little trim there and a little trim there, just like that. So that way it won't grow over his eyes and we'll be able to see his pretty face. Hi, pretty boy, yeah. With brushing his teeth, we love this Tropiclean teeth gel. It foams on its own. And so in the beginning with your younger puppies, you're going to want to use your finger to put it on his mouth. So I just put about a pea-sized amount on the tip of my finger like this. You'll lift up his lip and kind of just rub it on his teeth like that, you see? And he's gonna lick and chew, and it doesn't taste bad, but it's kind of a funny feeling. So he's gonna lick and chew. For your older adult dogs, you'll want to introduce a toothbrush so that way you can reach those back molars. And so same concept. We're gonna put a little bit on the end of the toothbrush. I need more toothpaste. Put a little bit on the end of the toothbrush. Open his mouth and kind of just work it back on those back molars. You don't need to scrub each individual tooth. You just kind of want to make it work back in there, just like that. Good boy, Devin. The toothpaste that we use will do most of the work for you. Good boy, yeah. And if you do use the toothpaste every week like we do, your dog will be 8 years old like Debonair and have a perfect smile. Yeah, perfect smile. For the ear wash is very important. And so in addition to having their ears plucked every month when they go to the groomer, you're going to need to be washing it in between. We recommend that you do it at least once a week. Also, every time that they run through the sprinklers, go into the pool, anytime they get wet, or if you're out where it's really dusty or dirty, if you're camping, you'll want to be cleaning his ears out, so that way we're preventing those ear infections. So with the ear wash, we want anything that has a natural drying agent. And then I like the ones that smell good. This one's the tea tree oil, so it smells good too. And so you'll lift up his ear and do a little squeeze inside, and you see some of the liquid's going to come out, and that's okay. We can get a tissue and wipe it off. But you'll kind of just work it into that ear. You'll kind of be able to hear it moving around, the liquid be moving around, just like that. I don't know if you can hear that. And then with you can use cotton swabs, you can use, the makeup pads or cotton balls. You're just going to wipe out the top of the ear. This is actually just a little bit of toilet paper, and so you'll just use it just to wipe out the top, just like so, just to get that extra dirt out. And so you'll see it came out a little bit dirty, so that's good. It's time for him to get done. Good boy, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and do his other side too. Do a little squeeze, rub it in. And we want it to have that natural drying agent, and so that way it's going to dry on the inside of his ear. We don't want him to be sitting with a bunch of liquid in his ears. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Good boy. You want to shake your head? What do you think?
Good shake. Good shake.
Good boy. Good boy.
And if you name it when your puppy starts to shake, then as an adult, you can tell them to shake and they'll do it. Good shake, Devin. Yes. Great. And then, Jenna, could you explain what to do if you do get a mat that you're not able to brush out without hurting the dog?
If you do have a mat in their coat, say that this was one right here, what you can do is take your scissors and you're going to separate out that tangle. And so you'll say this one right here was a mat. You'll separate out that tangle, and then you can use your scissors and go in and just cut out that one little spot like that, and so the hair will come out. And then you'll use your comb, go in with your comb, and just kind of work it out. And so we call this the Swiss cheese look. We'll kind of just cut it out just a little bit, and so that way it blends back in and you can't even tell.
And don't ever use the scissors against the skin. We want to demonstrate that. We don't want you to cut them. So you cut into the tangle, not at the base of the tangle.
Yeah, we don't want to cut right against the skin because we don't want to accidentally nick them. And so you just cut further out. That's another great time when these curved blades come in handy, because that way you won't be nicking close to the skin. It'll lift it up.
Great.
Good boy. Some also work that you can be doing each week to help your dog prep to go to the groomer is to continue to be playing with his toes. I'm sure, as you guys know, that they're going to need to have his hair trimmed out in between his toes, as in between the pads, as well as have his nails actually trimmed. Your feet are a little dirty down there. As well as have the nails actually trimmed. And so if you're continuing to work with these pads and just play with them, it's going to make it much easier on him when he goes to the groomer.